Hello, everybody from adulthomeeducation.com and studytheged.com. We're doing a pre-GED class right now for math. This is a recording, but we have live online instructor-led classes. That's right. So you go and you see on a board and you talk to the teacher with a headset on, or your little speaker things for your phone. You can use that and plug in your computer and talk to the teacher, work on the board with the teacher. It's awesome. Okay, and you can give us a call at 847-208-9543. We're going into long division. We've had one slide already that is the beginning of division, where we talked about division being the opposite of multiplication. I'm just going to go over that quick. So it would be like 2 goes into 8. How many times does 2 go into 8? 4 times. And 4 times 2 is 8. That's how we check our answer. So we're going to be doing some harder long division questions right now. So if you get frustrated, just turn it off, because that's the one thing we don't want you to do. We want this to be stress-free education. Absolutely. So let's try something a little bit harder. And let's take a 2. 2 is an even number. And we're going to divide this into, let's say, 54. So the first thing we have to notice here is that this is very important. Make sure that you put the numbers in the place that they should be. For example, this is the 1 spot. This is the 10 spot. You know, if we had another number here, it would be the 100 spot. So when we get an answer, we want to make sure it's in the right placement value spot. How about that for math language? Okay, and what's the answer to a division problem? The answer to a division problem is called a quotient. So let's start. How many times does 2 go into 5? We're going to start with this number. How many times does 2 go into 5? Now this is really 5, 0. And if you'd taken classes with us, you'd know when we do expanded notation. 54 is the same as 50, which is the tens, and 4, which is the ones. That's expanded notation, but we're not talking about that today, but I just wanted to explain it so that you know your placement there a little bit. 2 goes into 5. If you said twice, yes, and you put the 2 right above the 10 spot. So 2 times 2. You're going to times this now. 2 times 2 is 4. And you put that 4 underneath, right here. And then we subtract. 5 take away 4 is, you've got it, 1. And the next thing we're going to do is bring this 4 down. Bring it down next to the 1, and now we have 14. How many times does 2 go into 14? If you said 7, you're awesome. 7. 7 times 2, and we're kind of running out of room here, sort of, is 14. And we're going to take away, and we have 0. So our answer is 27. Now, how do we check this answer and make sure that we did this right? We times 2 times 27. And what does that equal? 2 times 7 is 14. So we put down the 4 and carry the 1. 2 times 2 is 4, plus 1 is 5. And yes, we get 54, so we know our answer is right. So let's try another one. That one was really great. It was even Steven. But sometimes it's not going to be even. Let's try 2 goes into 97. So how many times does 2 go into 9? You got it. If you said 4, you are 100% correct. And we put a 4 on the top above this, the 10 spot, because that's what we're working on in the tens. So 2 times 4 is 8. And then we're going to subtract. 9 take away 8 is 1. You got it. Next thing we do is we can't forget about that 7. We don't want him to be lonely. We bring him down. Bring him down. What is that show? Come on down. Okay, so then 2 goes into 17 how many times? Well, the closest that I can come to would be 2 times 8, which is 16. So 2 times 8 is 16. We put the 8 up here. Go down a little bit. 8 times 2 is 16. We put the 16 under the 17. And we go. 17 take away 16. And we have 1 left over. So then we put with a remainder of 1. So that means there's 1 left over. 2 goes evenly into 2 times 48 would be even, but we have a 97. So how do we check that? We go 2 times 48. And then we go 2 times 8 is 16. Carry the 1. 2 times 4 is 8 plus 1. And we got a 96. So that does not match up. But what about this remainder 1? We add the remainder 1 plus 1. And 96 plus 1 is 97. And booyah! We are correct. We have 97 as the answer. Now, I hope I'm not going too fast for you. This is why we like live classes and not recordings. Because, you know, if you're getting confused or frustrated, we can stop and go back and say, oh, wait, let's check it out. So, let's go back again, and we're going to try one more for our recording. And the thing about division is it's really good to be able to practice your multiplication tables because you will need them for division. And always remember, fractions are division. Crazy as it seems. Like this, you know, 39, or let's do, 39 over 4. That's the same as saying this. 4 divided into 39. So let's try that. How's that? Now, does 4 go into 3 evenly? No, it does not. So we don't have to put a 0, but when you're starting out, it's really great to put a 0 because then you know your place value and you won't get these things confused. So 4 does not go into 0. So does 4 go into 39? Well, let's find out. 4 times 10 is 40, right? So that's no good. So let's go to 4 times 9. And this is where you need to remember your multiplication tables, right? So 4 times 10 is 40. So it's more likely that 9 is going to work. 9 times 4. And can you tell me that? And you know what's a fun thing to do sometimes when you can't figure out it? You don't have a multiplication cheat sheet. Go 2 times 9. 2 times 9 is 18. And 2 times 9 is 18. Because some of us can do the smaller, multiplication tables. And then we just add these two together. 18 and 18. 8 and 8. Got it. 16. Carry the 1. So, 4 times 9 is 36. If that confuses you, just look at the multiplication cheat sheet. But I like to do that, like I make the bigger number on the bottom and split it up and then add the two numbers because it's just easier when you forget. So we've got a 9 here, right? 9 times 4 is 36. We put the 36 down here. We subtract it. And we have how many left over? 3. So the answer is 9 with the remainder of 3. And when we get into fractions, we'll show you how to make that a fraction. And it's so easy, you guys. And I know it's been a while that you've been at a school for a while, but there is no worries. You will learn this stuff. You will be great. So come and see us at adulthomeeducation.com or studytheged.com or give us a call at 847-208-9543 or pay as you go, and all of the classes are recorded. Thank you so much for stopping by.